Hello, Just Gem here and welcome, or indeed welcome back to my channel. A bit like the Titanium Foxes video that I put up not too long ago, I am using this time as a bit of a catch-up because I bought lots of palettes in quick succession that I haven't had time to play with yet. And today it is the turn of these three Nomad palettes here that I bought in a bundle to celebrate Nomad's 10-year anniversary. And what are we doing first? We're doing, well, I haven't decided yet. Should I do them in the order I did them in originally? Let's do them in the order I did them in. So we're going to start with Berlin Underground here. And I might turn that off just because it'll be a bit washed out otherwise. So Berlin Underground, and that's what Berlin Underground looks like. And I will show you some swatches as well. So this is quite a shimmer heavy palette. I want to say it's only got 5 mattes. Yes, 5 mattes and the rest 10 are shimmers, which is very unusual because normally, if anything, palettes tend to be matte heavy. So I did wonder how I was going to get on with that, but I did like the 2 looks that I did in the end, and I love that this is a bit of a twist on a neutral palette. It's a bit of a spicy neutral. Next up is America's Parks, if I can get it open. And you can't really tell now because I've done swatches and I've swirled my brush in the pans, etc. But some of these have got some funky detailing and marbling in them. Yeah, so this one's got slightly different embossings. Berlin Underground, all the same sort of skull. This, we've got a tree, a lighthouse, the Nomad logo, a bear. I think one was a wave. So that's what America's Parks looks like. And have I done the... I think this is quite shimmer heavy as well. Let me count the mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're in like a pattern. So there's 6 mattes in this one and then 9 shimmers. So another very shimmer heavy palette. But really like the colour story of this one. It's fun, it's bright, it's quite summery, I would say. And then last but by no means least, and that's the palette I have on my eyes at the moment, and that is Fête de Provence, and that's what that looks like inside. Funnily enough, there is a shade called Macron's inside, and this does remind me of those those colourful Macrons that you can get, you know, I'll find a picture, I'll dig one out and I'll try to include the colours here. So the swatches are up of that, and this one is the only one which isn't shimmer heavy. So this has got 5 shimmers and 10 mattes in it, and like America's Park, it has different embossings. So there was a bee, some grapes, some macarons, a wave, some wine glasses, but they're all going now already. I'm just gonna whiz through some looks. It's gonna be one on each eye from each palette, and enjoy. Yeah, enjoy. first two looks complete using the Berlin Underground palette, and I had an idea in mind for this greeny eye, and the essence is there, but I think the execution is off. I'm going to blame it on the fact I don't have my contacts in right now. Note to self, just wear your contact lenses. So I'm going to redo this look because I do quite like it, but I want to do it again in a more polished version. And then this eye, I really like that it's smoky, but then you've got that purple shimmer, Love Parade, which just gives it this mauvey tone to the smokiness. So I really like that. Obviously it's a very shimmer heavy palette, so I think the fun in this one is going to be pairing the different shimmers together, using the mattes as a base and just seeing what kind of different effects you can get with those different combination of shimmers. And I hope I've started to demonstrate that with these two looks. Do you have a favourite eye? Let me know. On to the next palette. Two looks complete with America's Parks. We've got the sunsetty theme and then green, just gonna call it green. I did struggle with this eye. You can see it's a bit patchy, but I don't know if that's me or the shades or a combination. Love this eye for a monochromatic greeny look, no problems, blended beautifully. I do know though that yellow and orange are notoriously difficult, plus I've thrown in purple, so 3 notoriously difficult shades to curate, and I've put them all on my eyeballs. So it could be the fact that I've tried to use the yellow and orange together, but it started off well and then it kind of went a bit pear-shaped. So I will try the yellow and the orange again just to see what's going on there. I mean, ignoring the fact that this one just doesn't probably look as good as this, is there an eye you prefer? Like maybe you prefer the sunsetty feel of this eye, or maybe you like the monochromatic green look of this eye. We're going to ignore the fact that the wings are distant relatives. So that's Nomad America's Parks. And now on to the final look. Here are the final two looks using the Provence palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I've tried to do something a little bit different, so pink isn't necessarily my favourite colour, but I've leaned into the pinks here. Could this be more polished? Perhaps. Yeah, I feel like I need more shimmer there. Should I try and put more shimmer there? And I think that would do it. What shimmer did I use again? I think it was this pinky one. Flute to something. Yeah, that's already better. Already better. I don't know why I didn't do that before. But I've tried to lean into the pinks, because it's obviously got like a chunky pinky section in here. And I quite like that. It reminds me of strawberry lemonade. Does that sound random? Yeah, but it just makes me think of strawberry lemonade for some reason. And then this is the kind of look that I would do all day, every day, any day. I did start with the lighter tones, which I've basically more or less blended away completely with that sort of darker purple, which isn't as dark when you blend it out. Like on its own it's dark. When you use it to deepen something else up, the fact that it's purple shows through. But in the pan it doesn't look, it almost looks like a grey shade. Like a deep grey, which I mean made grey purple. Do you have a favourite eye from Provence? Strawberry lemonade or Gem's usual? Let's not kid ourselves. And would I say that the wings are even today? They're not far off, I don't think. Yeah, they're not far off. There we go. There we have it. I'm not gonna lie, my makeup looks a bit funny today because I've put it on, taken it off, put it on, taken it off. So maybe while I do this I shall try and make myself look a little bit more presentable. But guess who forgot to take a thumbnail for the first two palettes I used, because this is palette number 3 and I'm filming it a few days after the other looks, and I realised after filming the first two looks I haven't done a thumbnail. So that's why I've got a very generic thumbnail going on right now. Because Muggins here forgot to take them. That looks slightly better now that I've put a bit of blush on. I could probably do with some powder, but to be honest I'm going to be washing my face momentarily, so there's just no point. Just no point. These are, so that's the 3 looks, and I just wanted to, where are the other 2? Where's Berlin? Obviously I know it's in Germany, I mean the palette. I did pick up these 3 when the 10-year anniversary sale was on. I ordered them pretty much immediately because these were 3 of the 4 old Nomad palettes I had wanted to come back, and then they did come back, so obviously I was going to pick them up. And rather than do one video on each palette, which I could have done, but I just... Would you have wanted to sit through all of that? I don't know, probably not. So I just thought I would condense it all and just put all 3 of them in one little video. Which one would I say I preferred? I do like this look actually. Like now that it's finished, like when I'd first done it and I didn't have any mascara or liner on, I wasn't sure. But then when I came back and then I did that extra dab and it kind of finished off that look, I thought, actually, do you know what? I do like that eye. And it is a bit different for me, so I'm leaning into that. I think, based on the looks that I've done, which I'm not going to lie, probably not the best I've ever done. But based on that alone, my favourite of the three is probably going to have to be America's Parks. I think so. America's Parks is... yeah, there's something about it. Because I did that orangey eye and then that greeny eye. Yeah, I think that based on the looks I've done in this video, this one's definitely my favourite. And then next, I think I'm going to have to give it to Berlin. Yeah, it's going to have to be Berlin for the second spot. There's just something about... I just like that it's a spicy neutral, really, isn't it, this palette? And I don't know, I'm in my neutral era. I'm feeling my neutrals. I really am. And this is nice. This is. And there was like a mauvey, so not full on purple, but there was a look that had a purple hue to it that I really, really liked. And then in third place, it's Provence. But this could, I mean, it could change around. Let me use them all more and see how I get on. Because like back in the day, maybe if you'd asked me 12 to 24 months ago, that probably would have been my favourite of the three. And I'm showing you an angle, all of them here, because I think if I show it straight on, yes, very washed out. At an angle, not so much. Did you pick any of these three palettes up? I do know that the 10-year anniversary sale is now over, but did you pick any of them up? Which one, or ones? And if you did get all three, which one is your favourite? I'd love to know. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favourite. And if you don't have any of them, I'm still, if there's one that kind of make you go, oh, hang on a minute, maybe I should get that one. Which one would that be? I'd be very curious. But yeah, I'm really glad. I think the only old ones that I would quite like to see come back and that I'd like to pick up are Hudson Valley and Whistler Lodge, and I think they might both be coming back quite possibly next year. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I also hope to see you again in a video in the not too distant future. Take care. Bye.